Excel here once again with another airsoft equipment review. Well, technically it's not an airsoft equipment review today, it's just a general piece of equipment. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Motorola TLKR T6 walkie-talkies. I'm going to be doing the usual review on them, taking them out of the box, giving you a lowdown on what you get with them and all that sort of stuff. So without further ado, let's get on with the review. Now, as I've already said, these aren't actually specifically made for airsoft, they're general use walkie-talkies. So if you're not in any way airsoft related and you're just looking for a review of these, then I'm an airsoft reviewer, but these are the walkie-talkies that I use, so hopefully this review is as helpful to you as it is to the airsoft community. Right, first external look. Box looks very flashy. We've got the two walkie-talkies on display. Going around to the back of the box, it tells you the various models. We've got the T6s here. Tells us what is available. We've got the T4s and is it T8s? Yeah, T8s. They're the better ones than these. So let's get into the box. Right, so here's the lowdown on what's included in the box. You've got your two walkie-talkies. You've got a charging cradle. You've got a charger. You've got some belt clips which fit on the back, so you can strap them to a belt. You've got two rechargeable batteries which are currently inside the units. Various manuals, and I think that's just about it. So this is the TLKR T6 walkie-talkie. Has a total range of about 8 kilometres. This can be terrain dependable, so 8 kilometres is big enough to cover any airsoft site I know of. The only problem is if you go into a heavily forested area or something like that, you won't get the full 8 kilometres. Now, where I've skirmished, it is covered probably about 2 kilometres, no problem, and that's a totally forested area. When it comes to general use, if you're using these on like building sites or ski resorts or events and such, they do work to their full potential, but just heavily wooded areas they will be interfered. Thick buildings also give interference, so if you're in like the middle of a city or something, these won't do their full 8 kilometre range. But apart from that, they're pretty darn good. Right, so with the battery and all that in, I'm not actually sure how much they weigh, but they are incredibly light, these units. They fit in almost any pouch or bag, or even with the belt strap on, you're not really going to notice it's there. It's about 7 inches from top to bottom, so pretty small when it comes to it. You don't want one of those massive walkie-talkies when you're running around the field. These are quite practical in that sense. These walkie-talkies have a very nice ergonomic design in them, so they can easily be held in both the right hand and the left hand with no problems. They're also a very robust design. I've already dropped these a few times while running about the airsoft field. They've got absolutely no nicks or anything in it. Okay, there was a bit of mud on it when it fell off, but I scraped it off, and they still look as good as the day that I got them. Applying the belt clip on the back of the unit is very simple indeed. It just slots on the back, and to take it off you simply unclip it. I don't know how well you could see that, but you literally just pull that tab back and it pops off. Once you've got this off, you can actually access the battery, which is easy. In the back you can see, pull this blue bit of ribbon and the battery should fall out like so. Now this is the rechargeable one. You can stick 4 AAA batteries in there, so if this dies and you don't have anywhere to recharge it and you happen to have some batteries, you can actually still use it, which is pretty nice. The batteries are rechargeable from the cradle, so you don't actually need to take these out of the device to recharge the batteries, which is another nice feature. On the top of the unit we have a headset port. This can be used in conjunction with various earpieces and microphones. This is what I just run on mine because it's easier than pressing the button. It also keeps it more discreet when you're in the airsoft field. That set me back about 20 quid. I'll put a link in the description down below where I got that from, if you're interested in something like that. You've got a total of 968 frequencies on this walkie-talkie. That's over 8 channels with 121 codes per channel, so there should be no problem with finding a free channel on these walkie-talkies. You can also have these on a voice detection mode, which I've currently got it set up on at the moment. Now if I just speak into the walkie-talkie, you can actually hear the other one going in the background. This feature can be changed between 5 sensitivity levels. I've currently got it on about 3 or 5 at the moment, but if you have it on 5 or 5 it will hear absolutely everything, and if you have it on 1 it will only hear if you have the walkie-talkie right up to your mouth. This feature's okay, but it can get a little bit annoying if you've got multiple people on the channel. Right, so as I've already said, there are 5 ringtones on this walkie-talkie. You can set between the lot. So if I go to the menu and scroll down to the call signs, this is the first one, which is a standard ring. Second one, third one, fourth one, and fifth one. And you can choose between any one of those call signs. So let's select just the basic one. Right, so another feature on these walkie-talkies is you can actually have a room monitor mode. Now this basically turns the walkie-talkies into a baby monitor. Now in the airsoft field this can actually be used to your advantage. If you needed to find out an enemy location or something like that and you knew enemies were going to be passing through, you could quite easily leave one of these walkie-talkies in the location and have it listen out for enemy units. Now if it hears so much as anything, I've currently got it on the lowest setting so it's not picking me up at the moment. You can leave it on the top setting, and if you so much as hear a whisper, it will relay to the other walkie-talkie. Now, the other walkie-talkie will not be able to reply back to this one, so there's no chance of you accidentally speaking back to it. This then means you can find out where enemies will be and intercept them. You can also get enemy intel off of it. I haven't put this into practice yet, I really would like to one day, so that's just an idea that I've had. Using the walkie-talkies is very easy, strangely. Like most walkie-talkies, there's a button on the left-hand side of the unit. You simply press it and speak into it, like so. You can probably hear the other walkie-talkie at this moment. When I release the talk button, you get a quick Roger out code to let you know that the conversation is over. Unfortunately, you can't have both walkie-talkies speaking at the same time, so if you have one talking and you try to talk with the other one, it just blanks it out. With more expensive ones you can have them so they both talk at the same time, but unfortunately these aren't the most expensive ones in the world. Another nice feature on these walkie-talkies is the fact that they have a scan monitor built into them. Now this is a very handy little bit of kit. You simply go onto the menu, it's the first option, just turn it on and let it go back to the main menu. And once it goes on back to the main menu, you probably can't see this, but it's scanning for all the channels. Now if it picks up a little broadcast, it will stop and lock onto that channel. This is very handy. Now I know a lot of airsoft sites don't allow it, but you could generally lock on to an enemy transmission, intercept their radio links. Like I say, a lot of sites don't allow it. The site that I go to doesn't allow it, but if you were allowed to, you could technically intercept enemy messages and ambush their positions and so on and so forth and know all their tactics. Additional features also include a stopwatch, which is very easily activated. You've also got the ability to have a idle off period. So if, for example, you don't use the walkie-talkie for an hour, it gets no broadcasts, receives nothing, it will turn off after an hour. The buttons on the front are very easy to use. You've got a nice large LCD screen that tells you the channel and code you're on. You've got your broadcast button on the left as usual. You've got a menu button here, press that and press it again to scroll through the menu. You've then got the up and down for the volumes. You've got 8 levels of volume, like so. You've then got the channels, so you just press that and it'll put you onto the channels and you can scroll through those. Down here you've got the lock and ring. So if you press it just once, it will call the other radio, but if you press and hold it, it will lock the radio, so none of the buttons except for the broadcast button can be activated. This is also compatible with the headsets and earpieces and all that. If you've got a microphone on this, it will still activate the microphone on this, but nothing else. So anyway, that's my review on the Motorola TLKR T6 walkie-talkies. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section down below. Be sure to rate, comment and subscribe this video, and thank you for watching.